Test one more time. There we go. Now we are live here from the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena as we await the third place game in the NDAHA Girls High School third place game between the Richland Rangers and the Bottineau Rugby Borderhawks. Set to drop the puck in just a couple of moments as we take a look at the starting lineup for the Rangers. On defense, Landry Larson and Rayella Radka. Up front, it's Jory Horsberg, Madison Schieber, and Ty Trudell. And in goal is McKenna Harrelson. Starting lineup now for the Borderhawks. On defense, Isabel Chavez and Mary Melgard. Up front, it's Ashlyn Dibble, Elle Rybczynski, Paige Marsden. And in goal for the Borderhawks is Harley Parisian. Starting lineups yet to be announced here at the Pepsi rink, so we'll step aside for a couple moments, and we'll be back with puck drop from the Pepsi rink. Stay tuned. Both sides skate back to their respective ends as we are just moments away from puck drop between the Rangers and Borderhawks in the third place game for the NDAHA Girls High School Championship game will be coming up following this. That'll be played between the Watford Oilers and the Hazen North Stars. But first, the Rangers and Borderhawks set to face off. We'll hit starting lineups one more time for the Rangers. On defense, Landry Larson and Rayella Radka. Up front, it's Ty Trudell, Jory Horsberg, and Madison Schieber. In goal, McKenna Harrelson. And for the Borderhawks on defense, Isabel Chavez and Mari Melgard. Up front, Ashlyn Dibble, Elle Rybczynski, and Paige Marsden. And in goal is Harley Parisian. In the center circle for the Rangers is Schieber. And it's won back by the Borderhawks. Quickly comes up the far side for Rybczynski. Rybczynski has it, floats a pass into the slot. It's turned over to the Rangers. Puck floats on the blue line where it's shoveled back down for Rybczynski. Rybczynski in the far corner has her pocket picked, and it's picked up by Schieber. Schieber sends a pass up, goes too far in front of her intended target, which was Horsberg. Comes up near side. Schieber has it back. Schieber gets it up into the neutral ice as she finds Ty Trudell on the right wing. Trudell now walled off far side. Puck floats down beyond the goal line, and the Borderhawks take control. Comes up near side, and good stick work there as it now floats beyond the outstretched reach of Mari Melgard. Melgard back on the puck, floats one in. No one home for the Borderhawks. Goes back up into neutral where it's picked up by Rayella Radka. Radka now presses up. Ranger whiffing on the pass there. Now turned over to, and the puck floats out to the far corner. Stays beyond the goal line. Comes back into the corner where it's picked up by Hawk. Now a shot comes in, blocked in traffic, and falling on the puck is Harley Parisian with 15 minutes and 46 seconds to go in the first period. Both sides struggling to keep control of the puck, struggling to keep it on their stick over the first minute 14. To take the drop for the Borderhawks, it's Ansley Moore. Moore wins it back. A quick shot is blocked out around the boards, comes up near side. Pass sent up to the top of the zone for Harrelson. Harrelson fires it around the board, comes up on the half wall far side. Borderhawks first to the puck, floated around the blue line up into the neutral ice. Borderhawks have it. Comes up near side. It's Marsden. Marsden turns it over, but it's sent right back. Shot through traffic, put down in the slot. Marsden gets it back, shot loose, and Marsden now falling on the ice as she tried to swivel one in on net, was unable to do so. Borderhawks keep it in far side and now shovel it down from the point. Richland Rangers take over. Resetting behind the net is Youngquist. Youngquist gets it up far side. Pass goes through the center of the ice. We'll find the near boards where Dylan Ed will pick it up. Ed looking for Moore. Moore, a long pass too far in front of Stefan. Stefan will catch up to it in the far corner. She sweeps it around, comes near side. Puck's picked up on the half wall. Borderhawks quickly get it into the neutral ice. Rangers turn it right back around. It's Garjo looking up. She's picked off as this puck pinballing back and forth as it's finally dumped in by El Rybczynski. Sent back around the boards for Larson. Larson far side, poked back into the neutral ice, taken back by the Borderhawks. Pass goes beyond the outstretched reach of Bauer, and that'll go for icing against the Borderhawks, which will bring the draw down to their defensive zone with 14 minutes and 9 seconds to go here in the first period. Both sides with one shot on goal, 2 minutes and 51 seconds into this matchup. In the circle now for Richland is Madison Schieber. Schieber faces off with Ashlyn Dibble. Dibble wins it back for the Borderhawks. Quickly comes back on the half wall for Dibble. Kept in at the far point by the Rangers. Slot comes in through the slot. It's still loose out in front. A shot saved in the crease, and it's finally poked away by the Borderhawks. Dangerous opportunity for the Richland Rangers. Borderhawks get it back on the near wall. Comes up into the neutral ice where it's poked back down by Stefan. Now across the blue line, it's taken out by Caden Oakland. Oakland turns it over. Schieber had it momentarily. Borderhawks take it back, and someone's called for offsides. It'll go against Richland, which will bring the draw back to the neutral ice with 13 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the first period. They'll bring the draw near side. Taking it for the Rangers, Ansley Moore. Moore facing off against Sylvia Grenier. Moore wins it back, comes up into the neutral ice though. Rangers have it, floated in by Moore. Poked back up into the neutral ice. Puck pinballs back and forth. Now in near side, Stefan took a hack at it. Goes beyond into the Borderhawk zone. Pass turned over once again. Now Rangers in on the right side. Poked out to the far half wall. Pass comes through the slot, and that one finds the stick of Marsden. Marsden races in on the right side. Had it poked back out to neutral. Puck picked up by Sylvia Grenier. Grenier turns it over, and it's back into neutral for Marsden. Marsden tried to dump it in. Rangers take the puck, loose in the slot in the Rangers zone as they pick it up and shovel it off the near wall. That one gets by Radka. Now jammed up near side, comes back for Stefan. Stefan able to find Dylan Ed. Ed had it poked away once again, kept in near point by Chavez. Chavez Finds her teammate into the slot, shoveled in, and out wide right. Shot coming in from Caden Oakland. Now another shot goes into the body of McKenna Harrelson with 12 minutes and 28 seconds to play in the first period. Draw's going to come to the left of Harrelson. Ashlyn Dibble in the circle for the Borderhawks. For the Rangers, it's Kinley Vitt. Vitt wins it back, goes straight on net. Harrelson redirects it out to the far corner. Shoveled up near side. Pass comes over to the center of the ice and sent down into the far corner. Puck now picked up by Dibble. Dibble sends a pass over into the high slot. Whiffing there on the shot was Anna Grenier. Now taking it up the other way is Johnson. Grenier able to angle her away from the puck, but she has help as the Rangers can't pick it up. Good work there from Ashlyn Dibble to skate down the ice and take it away. Dibble gets it up far side. Now tied up in the skates of Micah Harrelson. Back in the neutral ice, jammed up far side. It's going to be dumped in deep into the Rangers zone. Youngquist picks up the puck behind the net of Harrelson. Didn't get much on that pass, was looking off the boards, now tied up near side. On the half wall where it comes free to the center of the ice, top of the zone. Shot floated through, comes wide right. And behind the cage of Harrelson, Youngquist picks it up. She looks far side for Larson. Comes away for Youngquist. Youngquist retreats, sends it around the boards. It'll come up near side for Ashlyn Johnston. Johnston had it poked back down beyond the goal line, though. Borderhawks trying to get control of the puck, but they are keeping it in the Rangers zone for now. Johnston races up the near side into the neutral ice. Johnston whiffed on the dump in, comes back for Anna Grenier. Grenier up into neutral, gets back on the puck. Grenier has space up the center of the ice on the right wing, fires a shot, save made, rebound stayed in the crease. Luckily for the Rangers, Youngquist was first to the puck, kept in at the far point by the Borderhawks. Borderhawks will ring it around the boards, comes up near side. Puck sent up into neutral, goes beyond the reach of Rybczynski, no matter, as the Richland Rangers are called for icing with 10:35 to go in the first period. Borderhawks 3 shots on goal to the Rangers 2. A couple of rebounds given so far by Rangers goaltender McKenna Harrelson. That last one particularly dangerous. Luckily enough for Harrelson, it was Youngquist, her teammate, first to the puck as the Rangers win it back, stays beyond the goal line. Now trapped up, shoveled around near side. Finds Jory Horsberg. Horsberg gets it up. It's picked off by Mari Melgard. Comes across far side on the left wing, floated in, comes down wide left. Puck rolls around near side where it's tapped right back down by the Borderhawks, jammed up behind the goal as it comes free to the near point. Keeping it in barely was Chavez. Chavez gets it down now on the half wall where Bauer's trapped up. And the Rangers come away with the puck, bringing it into neutral. Pass too far in front of Schieber. Schieber goes to chase it down beyond the goal line. Schieber gets positioning in on the puck. Shot comes in, goes out beyond the goal line and up far side. Borderhawks now across the blue line into the neutral ice. It's Melgard. Melgard fires it around the board. Taken back now by Peyton Bauer. Bauer's pass up into the neutral ice, comes onto the near boards. Schieber pressed up against the glass and picked up by Trudell, but Trudell's going to let it float down as the Rangers go to get changes in. Borderhawks up far side, goes off the skate now of Moore, back up into the neutral ice, goes beyond the outstretched reach of Bauer, but Bauer has space to chase it down in the Rangers zone. Bauer now starts up far side off the skate of a Borderhawk, poke free on the left wing. Back on the puck is Bauer. Bauer too far out in front of Stefan as it's floated back deep into the Rangers zone. Picking up the puck is Stefan. Stefan looking near side, kept in at the point by Grenier. Grenier fires it around, comes into the high slot where it's poked away. Good stick work there by Peyton Bauer. Bauer gets it up into neutral. Momentarily, she found Ansley Moore. Now up into neutral, it's Dylan Ed. Ed looks across the blue line, found her man momentarily, but It couldn't be kept on the stick as the Borderhawks send the puck down the ice. 8 minutes and 31 seconds to play as the Borderhawks ice the puck. In the circle now for the Richland Rangers, Kinley Vitt. Vitt facing off against the captain of the Borderhawks. It's one back quickly to Grenier. Grenier takes it behind her own cage, sends it up far side where it's poked away from Rybczynski, back up into the neutral ice. Loose puck hitting the deck now was Nelson. Comes in on the left wing, comes out to the glass. Larson can't jam it free as it comes up into the neutral ice. Radka gets it back where it's jammed up on the near wall. Pass picked off by the Rangers, but first to the puck will be El Rybczynski, far side. Rybczynski, a pass up into the neutral ice where it's kicked down by Dibble, and that allows Schieber to take over. Schieber now starts up the ice, moving right to left. Schieber, a stick comes in from Paige Marsden as that's going to be a hooking against Marsden. So the Richland Rangers will have the game's first power play with 7 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the first period. 2 minutes for hooking is the call against Marsden. Perhaps a chance for the Rangers to set up an offense here on the man advantage. 7:44 to play in the first. Schieber in the circle to the right of Borderhawks goaltender Harley Parisian. Borderhawks quickly clear it straight off the draw. Harrelson goes out to greet it. Harrelson looks up the ice, crashing though near side was Grenier. Grenier couldn't get the puck, comes up into the neutral ice. Far side for Ainsley Moore. Moore taps it back down into the corner. Getting positioning though is Melgard. Melgard able to chip it free to Isabel Chavez. Chavez rings it up the near side. Kept in by Youngquist. Youngquist will send it around the boards. It's going to come up on the far half wall. Picked up by Melgard, and Melgard clears down the ice once again for the Borderhawks. 35 seconds have transpired off the Rangers power play as Youngquist will start up ice. Youngquist, a move to her right as she gets around Bonds. Youngquist in on the right wing, sweeps a pass in off the skate. Another shot save made by Parisian. Ainsley Moore with the good look from the right wing. 6:54 to play in period number one. 1 minute and 10 seconds to go on Paige Marsden's penalty. And it comes out to the far corner. It's quickly swept up to the near point where it's kept in by Dibble. Floats up on the blue line. Youngquist took a hack. Now another shot comes in. Rebounds loose, and eventually it is covered up by Harley Parisian with 6:44 to go. 10 seconds transpire since the last stoppage leaves 60 seconds on the Rangers power play. Comes back for the Borderhawks. It's blocked as they tried to clear loose in front. Parisian can't fall, and it comes out to Youngquist in the high slot. Shot is blocked away by Ty Trudell. Stays in the far corner. Trudell swats it up. Skating in now. A shot is blocked. Micah Harrelson looking for the opening as it comes up far side for Youngquist. Sends a pass through traffic. A rebound shot from that wasn't Youngquist. That was Ainsley Moore with the look. As now the Borderhawks are going to be able to clear as they take it out. Went off the stick of Youngquist. Chasing it down is Micah Harrelson. Harrelson resets behind the net as that pass up into neutral was blocked. Youngquist picks up the puck, looks near side, and it's sent back around the boards by Kylie Bonds. Harrelson there, rings it around near side, finds her teammate too far out in front of Schieber, and it's flipped back in by Anna Grenier. Up far side, taken into the neutral ice, picked up by Horsberg. Horsberg goes off the skate of Grenier and down beyond the goal line in the far corner. With the puck now, Paige Marsden comes back near side. Shot comes in. A rebound given, but no one in the vicinity for the Richland Rangers. Up the ice is Grenier. Grenier into neutral. Grenier racing in across the blue line with speed. Shot goes off Bauer, and it's picked up by Stefan. Grenier clearly has the most speed out of any skater on this ice, was using it there. Comes across the blue line where Vitt has it taken away. Comes back near side, goes beyond the blue line. Bauer's going to send it back into the neutral ice. Picked up by Vitt. Vitt will enter the zone on the right side, sends one in toward net where Grenier has it. It's chipped up into the air by Bauer. Bauer gets it back on her stick, and a hand pass is going to be called against Peyton Bauer. 4:45 to play here in the first period. Far side Borderhawks chip it down into the corner. Penalty coming against Rayella Radka with 4:33 to go in the first period. So the Borderhawks will go on their first power play of the game. Still scoreless here with 4:33 to play in the first period. Rangers 7 shots on goal to the Borderhawks 3. Looks like a hook is going to go against Rayella Radka. Drop will come to the right of Harrelson. Borderhawks win it out to the half wall, tapped up to the far point for Melgard. Melgard sends one in on net, rebound, score! The Borderhawks take advantage of a rebound given by Harrelson as they strike just 5 seconds into the power play. It's the Borderhawks drawing first blood with 4:28 to go in the first period. It looks like it was Ashlyn Dibble that was able to chop it in from the rebound. Dibble now goes out to take the draw. We'll get you word when the official scoring decision comes in. It was Dibble as now a shot comes in wide right. Up on the near half wall. Played up for Chavez. Chavez has it poked back into neutral. Chavez first to the puck. But right on her tail was Ed. Up into neutral, it's Dibble. Dibble floats one down deep into the Rangers zone as the Borderhawks get some changes in. Comes up for Ed. Ed shovels it into the neutral ice as Stefan couldn't get her stick on it. Stefan now tied up, taken down beyond the goal line by Moore. Moore looks in front. There's the response. Richland ties this one up at 1. Just moments after the Rangers scored the first goal of the game. Dylan Ed ties it up and kills the momentum that the Borderhawks had from their power play goal. Drop comes on the Pepsi logo now. In the circle, Kinley Vitt for the Rangers and Ashlyn Dibble for the Borderhawks. Great play by Dylan Ed to finish it off right on the doorstep. Near side. Comes back, slid across for the Borderhawks, and it's turned over as Nelson couldn't keep it on her stick. Rangers dump it deep into the zone. Puck gets rung around for Kylie Bonds, but Bond loses it. Bauer from the near point. Long shot looked like it went off the mask of Dibble. Dibble's able to jar it free to neutral. Dibble gets it back. Dibble has space, center of the ice, but it's poked away by Bauer. Far side back into neutral, and offsides is going to be called as Sienna Nelson took the puck in with her teammate in the zone, touched it once again. Probably a wise play to get the whistle for offsides, though, as if she retreats, then you're just giving the Richland Rangers possession of the puck back in their own zone. Rangers skate forward with it off the draw. Comes up on the near half wall, pressed away is Ty Trudell. Trudell now jammed up near side. Borderhawks come away with the puck. Skating up the ice is Anna Grenier. Grenier hits the deck, turned away by Schieber. Far side now where it's sent in by Nelson. Rangers turn the other way, get it beyond a defender. Bauer swivels it back, goes through the legs now of Rybczynski up far side where it's tied up against the wall. Ty Trudell up there for the Rangers, fighting with 3 Borderhawks for the puck, and Trudell able to win that battle as she got the puck back to Layla Petrick, but Petrick quickly turns it over. It's dumped deep into the Rangers zone, and icing is going to go against the Borderhawks. 2:27 to play here in the first period. Ainsley Moore skates to the circle. Goes up against Grenier. Grenier's been all over the ice for the Borderhawks in the first period today. Puck gets jammed out into the high slot. Borderhawks take it up near side, up into neutral, and they're able to swat it down deep into the Rangers zone. For the Rangers, Raela Radka. Radka takes it around far side. Her pass picked off on the half wall, looking in toward the slot. It's loose. Shot kick save from Harrelson. Taken back far side and slid all the way down the ice. This is going to be icing against the Rangers. Stefan would have been first to win the race, but as we found out yesterday, none the matter here. Icing called nonetheless. 1:57 to go in the first, with both sides knotted at 1. Rangers 7 shots on goal to the Borderhawks 5. Comes back, a shot comes in, butterfly save, rattles up near side and tipped out. Eventually kept in, actually. Nope, they're going to say offsides is called. It did look like that puck barely squirted beyond the blue line. 1:49 to play here in the first. Comes up in the neutral ice, taken by Chavez. Chavez shovels it off the near board, eventually worked into the Rangers zone where it's turned around by Larson, but poked free once again. Now comes up off the stick of Garjo and taken into the neutral ice, far side. Johnston loses the handle, had her pocket picked by Grenier. Grenier looks inside, puck stays in the circle, and the Rangers now have a little bit of space with the puck, but it's kept in as it pinballs back and forth, neither side with much control over the past couple of minutes. Garjo trying to look beyond the blue line, can't do so as it's now taken away by Marsden. Marsden looks up the far wall where it's dumped deep into the Ranger zone. Icing is going to be called once again with 64 seconds to go in the first period. Madison Schieber in the circle for the Rangers as the Borderhawks make some substitutions. Skating in now, Ashlyn Dibble. And Dibble gets it back, comes out far corner, sent up the far wall, right back down into the corner where it's handled by Johnston. Johnston has it on the goal line, shot inside, rebound still in the crease, and the Borderhawks able to clear the puck out to the neutral ice. 48 seconds to play here in period number 1. Kept in at the far point of the Rangers zone. They're going to say no, it wasn't. So it delayed offsides. Borderhawks now get back on sides and enter the Rangers zone once again. Sent up on the right wing. Shot comes in. Blocker save from Harrelson. Out beyond the goal line, comes back in. Another shot tipped out in front by Dibble. Dibble looking for her second of the game as it's turned over, a 2-on-1 for the Rangers. Pass flip now to the near wall as Trudell's walled off, but she gets it to Schieber. Schieber inside, shot into the body. Schieber was all alone. Had it point blank in the crease, but a fantastic save from Harley Parisian. Just 8 seconds to play here in the first period. Comes out left and down into the corner, taken behind the goal. 6 seconds to go. Borderhawks take it up into the slot, goes through the skates now of Rybczynski, back into the neutral ice. Harrelson, as time expires here in the first period. Richland tied with Botno Rugby at 1 after the first 17 minutes. Ashlyn Dibble scoring the goal for the Borderhawks. And we head to the first break, knotted at 1. Rangers 9 shots on goal to the Borderhawks 7. 1-1 the score that matters, as we will be back with action in the second period here from the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Stay tuned. Second period action here between the Borderhawks and Richland Rangers as we're underway. Tied up at 1, comes down into the Ranger zone near side. Back up into the neutral ice. First to the puck for the Rangers will be Horsburgh, but Horsburgh has it, and it's turned over. Coming away now for the Borderhawks is Marsden. Marsden loses the handle far side. Taken back in by Reese Hawk. Hawk leaves it up at the far point for Stefan. Stefan walks in, a shot hits traffic, goes beyond the goal line. Pardon, that was Larson with the shot as it comes up near side for Ty Trudell. Trudell gets it around the boards, stays in the near corner. Pass gets by, and now back into the neutral ice as Paige Marsden couldn't control it. Trudell looking for the puck, and it's floated deep by the Borderhawks, and it just barely beat El Rybczynski to the goal line, so icing goes against the Borderhawks, brings the drop down to their defensive zone. Drop will come to the left of Harrelson. Or pardon, that's not Harrelson, that's Parisian in net as it comes up far side on the half wall. Borderhawks take it away, comes free into the neutral ice, slides down near quarter as tackled to the ground is Stefan. No penalties going to come of it. Borderhawks skate away with the puck. It's Grenier. Grenier up into the high slot, sends a shot off the glass as she now hits the deck. Puck rings up on the far wall, in at the far point. Long shot goes off the hand of a Ranger. Pass back in is picked off as the Ranger is able to clear up into the neutral ice. Goes off the skate of Dylan Ed and down the ice. Icing called against the Rangers as they'll bring the drop back down the other way with 15:25 to go in the second. Drop comes to the left of Harrelson. Pardon, that's Parisian. Comes back for the Borderhawks. Tipped out into the slot and at the feet of Youngquist. She didn't know that it was right there as now Dibble shoots it around the boards. Youngquist picks up the puck. She's walled off. Comes back Dibble. Dibble wrapping around. Loses it on the right wing. Sent back in where it's going to be Garsjo, who pokes it out into the neutral ice. On the stick now with Mari Melgard. Melgard able to get it up near side as she finds Oakland. Oakland in on the left side. Turned away by two Richland defenders. It's going to be kept in by Melgard. Melgard takes it down into the corner and starts wrapping around the back of the net. Melgard working up far side, spins on the half wall, sends one in through the slot. No one home for the Borderhawks. Picked up and turned over by Oakland as it's now skated up the ice by Letty Larson. Larson leaves it into the neutral ice. Zoe Garsjo fighting for the puck, gets it back into the Borderhawks zone. Now turned over into the neutral as Larson's going to fire it. Now she'll dump it deep into the Borderhawks zone. Up near side as the puck finds the stick of Oakland, has it taken away by Schieber. Schieber sends it around, but poked back and forth now. Schieber back in the near corner, sends one into the slot, and it goes just wide. A good look for Ty Trudell, but Trudell did not find the puck immediately. Borderhawks take it up the near wall. Up into the neutral ice is Chavez. Chavez gets it down into the Ranger zone. Rangers swat it all the way down the ice. This one's going to go on the net where it's covered up by Harley Parisian with trouble bearing down from the Rangers. Parisian forced to cover it up for the stoppage with 13:43 to go in the second period. Moore in the circle to the left. Drop comes straight out to the side where it's shoveled around back into the corner and taken behind the net of Parisian. Far side taken away by the Rangers. In on the left wing, centering pass looking for Stefan. Stefan couldn't get her stick on it as it comes near side. Arm up in the air, and icing is going to be waved off. Rangers having a nifty move there to get away from trouble from Ainsley Moore. Moore now across the blue line, center of the ice. Moore in on the left wing, loses it out to the corner, gets the puck back. Her pass goes off the skates of Marston, and now it comes around near side. Up on the wall into Ed. Sent in by Petrick. Far side now, tied up in the skates, kicked down into the corner for Moore. Moore now walled off, comes over into the center of the ice, and up to the far point. Long shot through traffic, goes off a couple skates, and goes down into the corner. Borderhawks finally now have the puck, and they're able to chip it down the ice as they'll be called for icing, but they're still going to be able to make some much-needed changes after the extended possession time for the Rangers deep in the Borderhawks zone. Drop comes to the left of Parisian. Kinley Vitt in the circle. Comes up top now. A long shot goes wide left from Raella Radka. Rings around far side. Johnston gets it up to the far point. Swept in. Goes off the skates of the Borderhawks as it's now chipped back up and goes beyond the blue line into the neutral ice. 2-on-1 for the Borderhawks. On the right side is Oakland. Oakland fires a shot blocker save. Rebound comes out to the far wall. Borderhawks able to keep it in at the far point. Good work there from Isabel Chavez. Chavez looks in now, takes it into the corner. Chavez sweeps a pass and now centers one, but covering it up was McKenna Harrelson with 11:57 to play in the second period. Rangers lead shots on goal 10-9, game knotted at 1. Just under 12 to go here in period number 2. Ashlyn Dibble facing off with Schieber. Comes out as Schieber won the draw. Schieber now gets back in there to fight for the puck. And it comes around the boards behind the net of Harrelson, back around near side as it comes up for Schieber off the end of Schieber's stick into the neutral ice where it's swatted back by Melgard. Shot comes in, loose in the crease, and now a good kick save there made from Harrelson. Comes up high slot, Ashlyn Dibble. Dibble finds her teammate on the near wall, and it's sent into the stomach of Harrelson. Kylie Bond from all the way out on the half wall. Got some good steam behind that puck, but Harrelson saw it all the way. Stoppage comes with 11:28 to go in the second period. Sylvia Grenier now in to take the draw for the Borderhawks. Comes out to the side, and Grenier gets back on the puck, but Grenier can't keep it. 4 players clawing away at it on the near wall. Now 5 players. As Grenier able to float one in on net, played away with the stick by Harrelson to the far corner. Pass now intercepted by the Rangers. Rangers have a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Schieber up the far side. Can Schieber get to the puck? Yes, she can, to avoid icing. Schieber and a Borderhawk have now fallen. Centering pass into the low slot. And falling on the puck is Parisian. Heads up play for Parisian as she realized that it was going to float down from the slot right to the doorstep, so she moves slightly out of her crease to fall on the puck with 10:55 to go in the second. Comes straight back for the Borderhawks into the far corner where it gets sent around near side. Comes up now for Reese Hawk. Hawk moves it into the neutral ice, working on Youngquist. Youngquist goes back off the skates now of Melgard. Melgard gets it over right side for Rybczynski. Rybczynski into the Rangers zone. Gets poked back to the far point where Dibble keeps it in. Dibble draws the penalty as now breaking for the Borderhawks bench is their goalie. Sent up off the near wall, getting a stick on it is Moore. Whistle blows with 10:24 to go in the second period. And now the Borderhawks are going to have a power play, the first of the period for either side. Ainsley Moore to the box for the Rangers. Tripping the call against Moore. Drop now to the right. And quickly chipped up off the skate of Mary Melgard and back into the neutral ice. Schieber now falling down on top of Paige Marsden. Comes back into the Borderhawk zone. It's slid across. Goes beyond Chavez. Chavez back on the puck. Flips it up toward the neutral ice. And now the Borderhawks will slow it down in neutral as Dibble gets it over near side. Coming in, Mary Melgard. Melgard turned away on the half wall. Intercepted, though. Center of the ice, and it's going to be floating down beyond the goal line. Rangers pick up the puck, send it near side. There is Melgard. Melgard sends it into the slot. Shot, rebounds covered up by Harrelson with 9:43 to go in the second period. 1 minute and 19 seconds remain on the power play for the Rangers. Comes out near side, flipped up to the top of the zone, where it's sent in through the crease. Good look there as Mary Melgard was looking for a tip out in front. Skating away now with space is Micah Harrelson. Harrelson loses it up on the left wing. Comes into the slot. Youngquist takes a poke at it as now hitting the deck was El Rybczynski. Rybczynski would have had a wide open shot from close range had she kept her balance. Just inside the blue line, it's Dibble. Dibble sweeps one into the slot. It's poked away now from Marsden and comes up into the neutral ice where it's hacked in by Isabel Chavez. Youngquist gets there. Youngquist fires one down the ice. It's poked by Chavez and played out by Parisian. Far side on the wall is Sylvia Grenier. Grenier gets it up the near side into the neutral ice for Melgard. Melgard in on the right side, floats one in, goes down wide right of the net. Crashing now and sending it up on the right wing. Can anyone get there? No, as it's cleared down the ice. 5 seconds remain on the power play. Good kill there from the Richland Rangers. Borderhawks start up the ice right side. Sent into neutral where it finds the stick of Radka. Borderhawks have it back in their own zone now. Taking it up into neutral is Grenier. Anna Grenier in on the near side into the corner. Leaves it for her sister Sylvia Grenier as it comes free now for Ty Trudell. Trudell tied up on the half wall. Poked out to the near point where sending it around is Sienna Nelson. Comes behind the cage of Harrelson into the slot. Still loose. And the whistle blows. A trip is going to be called. Who's it going against? It's going to go against the Borderhawks. Sylvia Grenier goes to the penalty box with the trip. 7 minutes and 47 seconds remain in the second period. So this time it's going to be the Richland Rangers that'll go on the power play. Their first of the period. Drop comes to the right of Parisian. Quick shot from the slot. Parisian had it in her glove and then fell on the puck. What a look there. Stefan got the shot in. Almost made it 2-1 Rangers, but Parisian stays strong. Stays in the circle, down into the corner for Ainsley Moore. Moore works up the half wall, now gets it up to the far point. Skated down in on the left wing. Shot comes through traffic, and it's squeezed into the pads of Parisian. 7:33 to play in the second period. 1:46 left on the man advantage for the Rangers. Comes straight back, now up top, and sent into the corner by Radka. Tied up as the Borderhawks take control of the puck, chip it to the near corner. It's Ashlyn Dibble. Dibble gets it up near side, goes too far and out in front of Radka, floats all the way down the ice. Harrelson will play it for Radka in the near corner. Radka looks up. Her pass was tipped. Another pass into the neutral ice is sent back around the boards by Isabel Chavez. On the puck is Stefan. Stefan goes up the far wall. She finds Dylan Ed. Ed ahead. Moore couldn't keep it, and that allows the Borderhawks to dump it into the near corner once again. Borderhawks applying pressure here on the penalty kill. It's Paige Marston, but eventually it's jammed free by Moore. Moore now working up the ice, sends one in on target. Played to the side with the stick of Parisian. Borderhawks send it around near side. Radka not at the point to keep it in as it floats all the way down the ice. 44 seconds to go on the power play for the Richland Rangers. Pass picked off and shoveled in by Ashlyn Dibble, forcing Harrelson to fall on the puck with 6:21 to go. So an opportunity now for the Borderhawks to continue to kill time off the Rangers' power play if they can keep possession of the puck down in the Richland zone. Comes out to the side for Richland. Up the far wall. Goes beyond the blue line. Borderhawks able to send it back down into the near corner. Just 24 seconds to go on the power play. Youngquist turns around, sends it up the half wall, and it's floated out into the neutral ice. Near side, trying to chase it down. And who has positioning? Schieber now on the puck. Schieber sends one out in front. Gets blocked back to Schieber. Schieber has it taken away from her skate. Borderhawks take it up the center of the ice in their own zone. Borderhawks come full strength. In on the left side, Dibble. Or that's shot, kick, save. Back at the puck, sent into the slot. Loose at a bunch of skates. Another shot comes out wide left. Now up near side for Sienna Nelson. Nelson couldn't keep it in as Ty Trudell takes it in right side. Trudell will wrap around the back of the net. Trudell walled off by two Borderhawks, allows the Borderhawks to take the puck back. Coming up the ice now is Grenier. Grenier back on it, far side, sends a pass off a diving Ashlyn Dibble. Now near side, sent into the neutral ice where the Borderhawks have it. Vitt takes a swipe at it, goes down into the Borderhawk zone, and quickly sent back into neutral. Up far side is Youngquist. Youngquist will fire one around the boards. Comes into the near corner. On the half wall, it's Sienna Nelson. Nelson leaves it near side, taken over by Vitt. Vitt gets it up, and it's floated down in front of the net and taken back behind by Anna Grenier. Grenier looks far side. Johnston will tap it back beyond the goal line. Puck now beyond the goal of Parisian. Sent around the boards, going to come up near side. Who has positioning? Getting help there was Caden Oakland as the Borderhawks able to ice the puck with 4:18 to go in the second period. Once again, some much needed substitutions for Bottineau Rugby. Shots on goal favor the Borderhawks now, 16-14, still tied up at 1. Both goals coming in the first period, consecutive goals. Richland took the early lead. Borderhawks quickly tied it up. Comes back out and off the skate of Hawk. Far side, sent around the boards. Going to come behind the net for Mary Melgard. Comes up now for Chavez. Chavez looking in. It's poked right back down by Bauer. Chavez sends it around the boards as she looks to find Melgard, but it's turned over. Comes up to the top of the zone. Bauer, a shot, floats up into the air. It hit traffic, and now it's cleared down the ice. Icing going to go once again against the Borderhawks. We'll see if they get some changes in. They will. Heading to the bench is Kylie Bond. Ashlyn Dibble will head back out as the Richland Rangers have really controlled the last portion of this game, able to keep the puck down in the Borderhawk zone. Their struggle has been getting shots in on net, though. While they've kept it down in the Borderhawk zone, it's been jammed up on the walls quite a lot. Richland wins the draw, but it goes out into the neutral ice. It's picked up by Radka. Radka had her pass tipped. Radka back on it, sends it into neutral where it's turned the other way. And arm up in the air, delayed offsides was the call. Stays in on the near wall. Schieber trying to poke it free. But Borderhawks come away with it. Comes out for Caden Oakland. Oakland sends a pass near side. It's going to come around the boards. On the puck, Peyton Stefan. Or Landry Larson, perhaps, as it pokes free into the high slot. Oakland slides one into the crease. Score! Oakland got it out in front of the cage of Harrelson. And finishing it off for the Borderhawks was El Rybczynski, as the Borderhawks now hold the lead 2-1 with 3:07 to go in the second period. Draw one back by Vitt, stays in the circle. Rangers have it near side. Larson tried to dump it in, but she couldn't. Stays jammed up on the near wall. Pinballs back and forth, eventually comes out for Vitt. Vitt has it taken away by Grenier. Grenier far side, shovels it down into the Rangers zone. On it now for the Rangers is Harrelson. Harrelson gets it up near side. Jammed up against the wall as Garsjo fights for the puck for the Rangers. Nelson takes it out of the pile, sends one in wide left. Puck rings around far corner. Youngquist able to wall off the Borderhawk, but now four players jam it up. Puck comes free, and the Rangers are able to clear it down the ice. Not enough steam behind the puck for icing, however, as forced to play it is Anna Grenier. Grenier races up the near side, takes it over center of the ice. Grenier in on the right wing, fires a shot. Glove save out behind the goal. Garsjo for the Rangers, tied up. Borderhawks get it back now, comes for Garsjo, shovels it. Sienna Nelson takes it, gives it right back to Garsjo. Gets it up into the neutral ice, finds Moore. Moore now has some space. Moore to her right, she'll swivel on the half wall. Realizes she has no one up at the point, and it's turned over to Sienna Nelson. Nelson sends a pass into the center of the ice, chipped into the Ranger zone, taken over once again, far side by Dibble. Dibble sends one across the ice off the wall, and it's now picked up by Moore. Moore, 3-on-1 for the Rangers. Moore all alone goes over to her left. Stefan, shot blocker save. Good shot from Stefan, but better goaltending there from the Borderhawks. Far side walking in, and that one's now blocked out. Coming up the ice for the Borderhawks is Marsden, but Marsden can't keep the handle. Ed off the stick of Moore. Moore able to keep it. She'll fire a shot in wide right, comes back behind the cage and tap back around. 1 minute and 2 seconds to go in the second period. Puck comes up near side in the Borderhawks zone. Through the legs into the neutral ice. A nifty pass there as Marsden has it taken away. Bauer up off the stick of the Borderhawks, and it comes back down for Mary Melgard. Melgard gives it to Dibble. Dibble across the blue line, fires a shot, but offsides is going to be called against the Borderhawks. 43 seconds to play in the second period. Drop comes out in neutral between Ashlyn Dibble and Madison Schieber. Dibble wins it straight back. Comes out and sent in by Melgard, but it's quickly turned away by the Rangers. Goes all the way down the ice, and no icing is going to be called. Schieber at the puck in the far corner, fighting with Melgard for it. Melgard able to get it around near side, first of the puck, and sent in toward the net, loose in the crease as it's covered up by Parisian with 22.7 seconds to go in the second period. Drop's going to come to the left of Parisian. Schieber to take it, goes up against Dibble, comes out far side. Jammed up into the wall now is Melgard. 15 seconds to go. Picking it up now is Bauer. Bauer loses it as taking it up into neutral is Oakland. Oakland sends it around the boards. 6 seconds to go in the period. Getting to the puck first is Grenier. Back to the Rangers. Sends a pass in. No one home. Time expires in period number 2. A late goal for the Borderhawks gives them the 2-1 advantage as we head to the second intermission here in the NDAHA Girls High School third place game between the Richland Rangers and the Borderhawks. Borderhawks a 1-goal lead, 17 minutes left to decide this battle. Stay tuned. Action about to resume between the Richland Rangers and the Rugby Borderhawks here in the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena, the third place game of the NDAHA Girls High School Tournament, as the Borderhawks have it off the draw, sent in, far side, finds the stick of Rekka, comes into the neutral ice now across the blue line, near side. It's Schneiber fires the shot, goes off the glass, rings up far side, tapped away into the neutral ice. In on the left side is, and spinning in, but had it taken away, was Rybczynski. Poked back in by the Borderhawks, chasing it down near side. Now Grenier will shovel it down around the boards. Comes up on the far half wall. Rybczynski tied up with Larson. Comes out into the center of the ice. Rangers able to poke it forward. Stays out in neutral where it's sent back into the Rangers zone. Rangers had it poked free on the right side. And now dumped deep, but kept by Melgard. Mari Melgard gets it up the near side where it's held and now fired off the near boards by Trudell. Turned over. Oakland floats in a shot and it's covered. Believe it floated down into the pads of McKenna Harrelson with 15:56 to play here in the third period. Both sides with a goal in the opening period of this game. Borderhawks got one in the second. That's where it stands now, a 2-1 lead. Richland wins it back, goes beyond the goal line, stays down in the near corner. Grenier trying to claw the puck away, and she does, but the Rangers take it right back. Coming up the far side is Moore. Moore sends a pass off the wall, just out in front of the stick of Landry Larson. Icing going to be called against the Rangers. They'll bring the drop back down the ice with 15:38 to go in the third period. Drop will come to the right of Harrelson. Moore in the circle as she'll face off with Ashlyn Dibble. Dibble able to get it back, but the Rangers skate forward with the puck. It's Moore on the near side. Moore sends it off the wall across the blue line. Moore gets one in on net. A good stick from Ashlyn Moore to poke it in toward the net as she almost had it taken away. But Harley Parisian still able to fall on the puck with 15:28 to play in the third. Draw will come to the right of Parisian. Stays on the skates, and now the Borderhawks poke it up. Harrelson missed on the puck. Comes over where Steffen will shovel it down into the far corner. Beyond the goal line, Borderhawks have it. They start up ice now. Stays far side as Ed picks it up and fires it around the boards. Near side, Moore trying to claw it away. Stays on the same point. No one gets their stick on it. Borderhawks now pick up the puck. Pressed up near side, and that's going to draw a penalty on Stefan. Addison Stefan goes to the box for a hook with 14:59 to play here in the third. Puck will come down into the Rangers zone. With under 15 minutes to play, a Borderhawks with the chance to add an insurance goal here. Dibble to take the drop to her right. She's got Paige Marsden. Up top is Chavez. Wins the draw and quickly gets it up top to the left for Melgard. Melgard couldn't keep it in. Delayed offsides allows the Rangers to clear the zone. Up for Schieber. Schieber loses the puck as Dibble able to grab it in the neutral ice. Retreats momentarily into the Borderhawk zone. Able to get it up far side for Melgard. Melgard a pass over center of the ice. Poked back. Chavez will dump it deep into the Rangers zone. Beyond the goal line, first to the puck is Layla Petrick. Petrick swivels it around near side. Greeting it on the half wall is Rybczynski. Rybczynski gets it in for Grenier. Grenier through defenders, able to get one in on net, but falling on the puck is McKenna Harrelson with 14:21 to go in the period. A minute, 22 seconds remaining on the Borderhawks power play. Vitt wins it back for the Rangers, rings around the far side, and Borderhawks keep it in at the far point, floated into the slot. It's Oakland's shot, saved, rebound out to the near corner. An inadvertent whistle, as I think the official thought that Harrelson had caught the puck, but it went off her body and into the near corner. So the inadvertent whistle will lead to a puck drop to the right of McKenna Harrelson. .14:09 to play, 70 ticks remain on the Borderhawks power play. Comes back into the slot, shot. What a save by Harrelson. Rebound goes out to Oakland. Oakland looks inside. It's swept in once again by Melgard as the Rangers finally able to clear the puck into the neutral ice. And it comes out for Larson. Larson in on the right side, floats one down wide right of the net. Picked up and sent around by Isabel Chavez. Far side, Rangers keep it in, fire a shot in, rebounds loose. The short-handed chance for Letty Larson, but Harley Parisian was able to slide back over to her left. Parisian didn't realize that she gave a rebound, and as a result, Larson almost tied this game up short-handed for the Rangers. Borderhawks have it back, send it off the wall near side. Tied up as Grenier loses it for Schieber. Schieber gets it back now on the left wing. Schieber redirects and turns toward the corner through the legs of a defender. Comes up for Larson. Larson sends one into the far corner. Up on the far side, Borderhawks finally able to come away with it. They have 10 seconds to go on the power play. In on the right side, Marsden. Marsden turns on the half wall, sends a pass up for Grenier at the top of the zone. And Richland able to clear. Good stick work there from Jory Horsberg. Rangers come full strength as the Borderhawks turn up ice. Grenier with speed on the far side. Stops, has it taken away by Schieber. Schieber across the blue line, loses the puck back to Grenier. Anna Grenier over center of the ice on the Pepsi logo. Good move to get around a defender, floats one off the glass high. Far side, Radka picks it up. Radka loses it in the slot. Shot off the post, or off the crossbar. What a look for Richland. Stays in on the near half wall, taken away by the Borderhawks. Borderhawks send it into the far corner. Grenier has it poked out to the half wall. Now tied up on the puck is Reese Hawk. Hawk has it taken away by the Rangers. Up the ice is Moore. Moore loses the handle, and it's dumped deep into the Rangers zone. Icing is going to be called against the Borderhawks with 12:02 to play in the third. So they'll bring the drop back down the ice. Vitt skates into the circle. She'll go up against Ashlyn Dibble. Vitt wins it back, stays in the circle. Dibble able to shovel it back beyond the goal line, sent around far side where it's picked up by Melgard. Melgard looks up the ice, floats into the neutral for Oakland. Oakland crosses the blue line, goes into the stick now of Harrelson. Harrelson takes it around far side. She finds Garsjo, who flips it into the neutral ice. Skating forward now, too far in front of her stick, and Parisian's going to fall on the puck. Rayala Radka couldn't keep it on the tape. Floated too far out in front of her, and as a result, she's not able to get a shot off. 11:37 to go in the third period. Borderhawks 23 shots on goal to the Rangers 19. Borderhawks a 2-1 lead over Richland. Richland wins it back, steered around to the far corner. Schieber takes it up, floats a pass in front. It's loose. They had an angle from the near side as it's eventually covered up by Parisian. Parisian hadn't recovered to her right. The puck was on the doorstep, but no one there for the Rangers to redirect it into the back of the net. So it stays a 2-1 game, 11:26 to go. Schieber on the dot has it taken away by the Borderhawks. Up into neutral, it's turned around by Harrelson. Goes back beyond the goal line. Borderhawks take the puck back. Borderhawks now lose it as crossing is Schieber. Schieber looks up for Harrelson, floats one through, takes the tip, score! Harrelson from the point got a tip from Schieber. Schieber will get credit for the goal as the Rangers tie this game up at 2. Officials having a word at center ice. You wonder if this is about who tipped it in. It did look to go off Schieber as the bouncing puck. Too much confusion for Parisian. Oh, they wave it off. They say a hand pass to wave off the goal. What a call. So, the Rangers back into a 1-goal deficit. No goal. The call on the ice. Maybe they said it went off the hand of Schieber rather than the stick of Schieber as it's waved off. So a new sense of energy now for the Borderhawks who skate forward. Far side in the neutral ice, fighting for it just beyond the blue line, comes back to the center line, far side now. Skating forward, dropped off. Stefan off the skate of Moore. Comes back behind the goal and into the far corner where it's going to be picked up by Reese Hawk. Hawk gets it over center of the ice. Goes back out into the neutral ice. Rangers down to retrieve. Stefan will pick up the puck. Stefan begins the charge far side. Up into the neutral ice. She finds her teammate. Shot from the right wing is blocked. Good look from Ainsley Moore, but Moore couldn't get it through traffic as the whistle blows now, and a penalty is coming. Rangers will go to the power play. Sylvia Grenier to the box for the Borderhawks. Drop comes to the left of Parisian. Schieber gets it back, stays in the circle, now floats beyond the goal line. Sent around the boards where it's kept up far side. Shot comes down. Oh, it went just beyond Ty Trudell on the doorstep. Trudell couldn't get her stick on it as the puck's now in on the far wall. Poked free by Chavez, kept in by Bauer. Bauer looking for a tip out in front as it went wide right of the net. Sent right back around by Petrick. Picked up in the far corner and a bouncing puck. Couldn't get the one-timer off. Sent right back around the boards, crashing far side. Petrick once again. Borderhawks able to jam it up to neutral, and it'll float down into the Rangers zone. Up center ice off the stick of Trudell. Goes back to the Borderhawks. Swept up near side. Bauer has space. Minute and 3 seconds to go here on the Richland power play. Horsberg off the skate. Back to Bauer. Now comes for Petrick. Petrick finds a teammate on the right side. Schieber gets it on the far half wall. Schieber floats one in toward the slot, turned away, and the Borderhawks looked like they were going to clear, but Marsden's fired one off the boards, came back. Now they clear into neutral. Larson will take it in on the left side. Larson down to the half wall, onto the goal line. Larson wrapping around. Can't redirect one into the slot. Now a long shot comes in, gets tipped out. High slot. Another shot kick save from Parisian. Parisian holds the Borderhawks lead back in for Larson and turned away out to the far wall by Mari Melgard. Melgard now able to clear the puck down the ice. Sent near side, but getting in the way is Kylie Bonds. Bond gets it around for Caden Oakland. Oakland in the far corner, had it poked free. Johnston sends it up, kept in, far points, back down into the left corner. up the wall, gets back into the neutral ice, where Kylie Bonds will fire it in once again, rings around near side. Borderhawks got some substitutions in there. Turned over center of the ice as the shot was tipped from Reese Hawk. Comes back out into the neutral ice. Sent arounds by Anna Grenier. Grenier was behind the center line though, so icing goes against the Borderhawks with 7:53 to play in the third period. Drop down comes to the right of Parisian. More to take it for the Rangers. Moore gets it back. It's poked down to the goal line and taken by Grenier beyond into the far corner. Moore now walled off by Oakland. Grenier takes it back down around the goal of Parisian. She'll leave it off in the far corner for Dibble. Dibble looks up the ice, kept in at the blue line by Youngquist. Youngquist had it poked back into the neutral ice where it's now shoveled in by Harrelson. Stays on the blue line and it's now taken back by Youngquist. Youngquist looks across, intercepted, however, by Marsden. Marsden jams it into the Rangers zone, but the Rangers quickly get it back to neutral. Dibble turns it around far side. Now Dibble sends it into the Rangers zone. Pass up for Ed. Ed has some space in the center of the ice. Too far out in front of Moore as the Borderhawks now dump it around the boards. Near side, Rangers start up the ice. Comes into neutral for Moore. Moore slides one in. She's looking for Stefan. Stefan angled away from the puck. Comes up for Harrelson at the near point. Harrelson, a shot in, is covered up by Parisian with 6:41 to play here in the third period. Rangers thought they had it equalized just moments ago, but it was called off. Took a tip off Madison Schieber, but they said it went off the hand of Schieber, and no goal to call on the ice. 6:41 to go in the third as the faceoff comes out to the half wall, wraps around the board. Schieber has it wrap around into the slot, cleared away up to the right wing. Now sent back down off the stick of Rybczynski. Rings around near side. Comes up for Bauer. Bauer walks in, fires a shot wide right, rings around the boards. Finds Petrick. Petrick floats one in, but it's blocked. Borderhawks able to get it out far side. Petrick got a stick on it. Pinballing on the far wall. Petrick gets it down for Schieber. Schieber behind the cage. Schieber works it out into the low slot, but it's knocked back by the Borderhawks. Sent around the boards, now onto the right wing. Now some space for the Borderhawks to work, but angled away from the puck was Kylie Bonds. Bonds now going to be called for the penalty after a big hit into the boards. A check for behind, a rough. We'll see what the official call is, but nonetheless, Rangers are going to go to the power play with 5:54 to play in the third period. Timeout called. Our analyst, Kobe Brault, up here says it's probably going to be a check from behind. But we'll see. You would assume the Rangers called timeout to try and draw something up. Body check is the call. Rangers coach Kelly Burt trying to draw something up. We'll see what they come out of the break with. Shots now even 23 aside. Can the Rangers convert on the power play? They're running out of time. 5:54 to go in the third period. Here in the NDAHA Girls High School third place game. They skate out to the right of Parisian's net. Schieber comes in to take it. In the left circle, Schieber will go up against, it looks to be Dibble. Puck on the half wall, sent back around by Chavez. Chavez finds Melgard as they clear the puck down the ice. Dibble's trying to race down for it. Dibble unable to get there. Youngquist tied up with Dibble. Comes into the center of the ice. Looked like the Borderhawks might have had a shorthanded chance if they could handle the turnover. Pass now too far out in front of Moore. Moore in the far corner sweeps one in off the skate. Dibble can't get to the puck. Moore back on it in the far corner fighting with Dibble. Dibble pressed to the ice. Comes up on the half wall for Harrelson. Harrelson walks in. A shot bounces out to the near side. Taken by Schieber. Schieber goes center of the ice. Schieber now wrapping onto the white ring. Fires a shot blocker. Saved near side. Picked up by Schieber down to the goal line. Schieber can't get one in. It got blocked. Schieber has it back. Leaves it for Moore. Moore's shot goes off the stick of Chavez. Moore wrapping around. Shovels one in. Save made. Comes out far side. On the half wall, Schieber leaves for Harrelson. Harrelson tries a shot. Bouncing puck. Shot! Is it covered? No, the rebound's loose on the far side. Gets tapped back up for Harrelson. Harrelson comes into the near corner for Schieber. Schieber in the circle, looking for help. Schieber now in the corner, able to turn it up to Youngquist. Youngquist walks in, a shot, score! Lauren Youngquist has the power play goal with 4:23 to play in the third period. The Richland Rangers tie this one up at 2. So, just a few minutes ago, Richland thought they had tied the game up. It was called off the hand of Schieber. This time, it's Youngquist, and this goal will stand. Tie game with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go. Across the blue line comes Grenier. Grenier in on the left side. Grenier has space, but the puck floated off her stick. Back up into the high slot. Jammed up near side now. Sent down by Grenier onto the half wall. Got it back. Shot comes left from Hawk. Far side, taken back by the Rangers. Rangers able to clear it high up off the wall and all the way down the ice. Racing for the puck is Stefan. Can she get there? No, she can't. Stefan couldn't believe the call. The official, or the linesman, said it went just beyond the goal line, so icing goes against the Rangers. 3:46 to play in the third period. Drop comes to the left of Harrelson. Able to take it for the Borderhawks. Comes out to the side once again. Taken back around by Bauer. Bauer spins on a dime, able to get it up. Comes into the neutral ice and too far out in front of Larson, but not enough steam behind the puck, so it's played by Melgard. Melgard into the far corner, tied up with Larson, coming to help is Trudell. Now it's jammed up by Dibble. Comes around near side. Petrick gets one in toward the net. Comes now out on the left wing. Bauer floats one in through the slot. No one home for the Rangers. Far side, it's cleared into the neutral ice. Racing ahead now left side and turning in toward the center of the ice. Opportunity, Kylie Bonds. Shot gets blocked up into the air. Tap back out to the neutral ice, went off the stick there of Sylvia Grenier. Grenier now working on the puck, and it's floated in by Kylie Bonds. Picked up now by Harrelson. Harrelson able to find Moore. Moore in on the right side, goes off the skate now of Stefan. In the far corner, turned over to Moore. Moore working into the center of the ice, gets one out for Bauer. Bauer shovels one in, her pass intercepted, and it's cleared down the ice. Icing is going to be called against the Borderhawks with 2:22 to play in the third period. A lot of twos on the board here, 2:22, tied up at 2 between the Rangers and the Borderhawks. Drop comes straight out for Oakland. Oakland up into the neutral ice, goes off the wall, and will go chase down her own puck. Oakland wraps around the goal line, trying to redirect it into the crease. It's loose out in front, gets knocked out to the far wall. Oakland swats one back in, comes right back for Oakland. Her pass is intercepted. Now a one-on-one for the Rangers. Coming up the ice now and having it poked away was Moore. Moore couldn't get around to Anna Grenier as it comes into the far corner. Moore back on the puck. Moore wrapping around. Moore tried to get one in on net, but couldn't fully direct it. Borderhawks the other way. Borderhawks left wing floated in. Oakland unable to get there. In the near corner now is Oakland centering pass. Dibble couldn't play it out in the low slot. Rangers come the other way. It's Ed. Ed floats it down into the far corner. 1:23 remain in regulation. Chopped up free and comes into the neutral ice. Shoveled down by Horsberg. Comes in for Schieber. Schieber spins just inside the blue line. Goes far side. Floated in and hugged by Parisian with 68 seconds to go in the third period. Rangers lead shots on goal 27-24. Still 2-2 with 68 ticks to go on the clock. Drop to the left of Parisian for Schieber and Grenier. Schieber wins it back. Quick shot from Redka. Comes behind the net. Far side. Borderhawks able to chip it up into neutral for Dibble. Dibble dumps it in. Comes around behind the cage. And picked up, set near side for Trudell. Trudell finds Schieber. Schieber across the blue line left side. Schieber gives it off on the right wing, and it's blocked out beyond the goal line. Schieber comes in to help out her teammate. Schieber able to jam it free, finds Trudell. Trudell looking to direct it into the slot, but it got blocked out. Comes up for Larson near side. Larson can't handle the puck. Sent back around by Chavez. 8:28 seconds to go. In the far corner. Stays on the half wall now. And Youngquist skates away with the puck. Youngquist into the crease, shovels one in. It's loose, and Youngquist falls to her knees as she can't get it by Parisian. Lauren Youngquist looking for goal number 2. She had the equalizer earlier in the period. .9 to go in the third. They'll drop it once again to the left of Parisian. Comes back to the far corner. Moore going to crash on the puck. Borderhawks come away with it, trying to chip it out to neutral, trying to burn the rest of this clock, but Richland takes it back. Comes over far side, 2 seconds to go, and we're going to overtime here from the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. 51 minutes, not enough to decide it between the Richland Rangers and the Rugby Borderhawks. Time to consult with our expert Kobe Brault on OT rules. Kobe, is it the same rules from the boys tournament? Okay, so we're going to go to a 10-minute overtime pretty much immediately. They're not going to zam the ice. If 10 minutes is not enough to decide it, then they'll bring the zam back out and we'll go to 17-minute periods until a goal is scored. It'll be 5-on-5 hockey between the Rangers and the Borderhawks. About a 5-minute break between now and the start of OT, so we'll step aside and we'll be back. Puck drop in overtime between the Richland Rangers and the Borderhawks, knotted at 2 here in the third place game of the NDAHA Girls High School Tournament. It's a good one. Stay tuned. Overtime between the Richland Rangers and the Rugby Bottineau Borderhawks. 10 minutes on the clock. If that's not enough, we'll zam the ice and go back to 17-minute periods. Golden goal here as the Rangers win it back. Up for Harrelson. Harrelson chips it into the air. Went off the stick of Marsden up near side. Quick shot comes down. Save made by Parisian. Well, that was almost fast. Brings the drop to the right of Parisian. 13 seconds into OT. 9:47 to go on the clock. But this game will be over at the next goal. Comes out to the half wall and up for Harrelson. Harrelson works it down. Borderhawks able to spin it free. Taken right back by the Rangers. Youngquist at the point. Sends one in. Takes a tip out wide left. Wrapping around out into the slot. Good look there for the Rangers. But they can't end it. Coming the other way is the Borderhawks. It's Rybczynski driving in. Rybczynski had it poked beyond the goal line. Harrelson crashes now into the far wall as the Rangers skate forward. Rangers are going to dump it in. It's Youngquist. Comes around far side. Crashing is Moore. Moore leaves it. Comes up to the point. Youngquist sends one in. Takes a tip from Schieber out into the far corner where it's hacked back now for Melgard. Comes up far point. Youngquist sends one in once again. Save made. Kick save from Parisian. She's been fantastic. Schieber in the near corner. Had it taken away by Chavez. Chavez up the far side. Shoveled down now by Rybczynski. Chavez back on it. Puck loose on the far side in the Borderhawk zone. It's kept in momentarily at the near point. And now back into the neutral ice where it's poked away from Youngquist, but goes right back to Harrelson, who finds Moore on the near side. Moore had it taken away. Borderhawks have it back. Finds the stick of Caden Oakland. Oakland skates up the ice across the blue line. Oakland now falls down, pressing Harrelson to the ice. Goes beyond the blue line, sent back into the Ranger zone. Rangers quickly exit the zone on the far side. Dibble, good work there. 2-on-1 here for the Borderhawks. Comes in for Oakland. Oakland shot blocker save out to the far corner. Harrelson comes up big. Puck stays in the far corner for Ashton Dibble. Rangers take it back around, wrap it near side. It's Trudell. Trudell poked down to the ice, and now the Rangers will go to the power play in OT. A trip is going to be called against Caden Oakland. Brings the drop down to the Borderhawk zone. 5-on-4 for 2 minutes here for the Rangers. 7:42 remaining in overtime. But time not really a factor in this game anymore. It's the next goal. Comes back for Bauer. Bauer on the half wall. Bauer sends one in, tipped out by Schieber into the far corner. Picked up by Larson. Larson sends one into the slot, but it's knocked back out to the far point, skating in and poked up into the air. And catching a fly ball there was Parisian. Looked like an outfielder settling under it. 7:28 to go in overtime, 1:46 on the Rangers power play. Comes out to the half wall now up top. Shot comes in. It's loose out in front. Looking now in front once again. Still in the crease, and it's covered up by Parisian. Rangers knocking on the doorstep here in OT. The initial shot came in from Layla Petrick. Took a tip out in front. Rangers redirected it toward the slot once again, where Parisian was able to fall on the puck. 7:13 to go, 1:31 on the man advantage for the Rangers. Rangers slide it over for Petlick. Shot comes in, down wide left. Up near side for Bauer. Bauer walks in, fires a shot, took a tip from Schieber. Rebound chance, no good, comes around near side. To the puck with Chavez. Chavez sends it back around the cage. Schieber on it. Schieber pressured by Chavez, able to get it in on the left wing. Now center of the ice is Schieber. Schieber working around onto the right wing, fires a shot wide left of the cage, rings around near side for Bauer. Bauer can't keep it on her stick, and the Borderhawks finally able to clear the puck down the ice. 6:33 to play in OT, 50 seconds to go on the power play. Through the skates of Petrick, gets it back, tipped. Petrick looking for Larson. Borderhawks now have it on the left wing. Shot gets blocked out beyond the goal line. Petrick comes in to help out. Petrick eventually takes it away and starts up near side. Petrick, center of the ice. 24 seconds to go on the power play. Petrick sends one in through the skates of Mari Melgard. Melgard up the ice, kept in at the blue line, but quickly cleared by El Rybczynski. Moore starts up. Moore able to find Ed, but Ed loses the puck as it's cleared once again. This one's going to go on net. It's covered and played out for Raella Radka as the Borderhawks come full strength off of Ed, but directed to Moore. Moore off the near wall as Stefan is able to swat it around the boards. Chavez picks up the puck behind the goal. Chavez now back on it near corner. Comes up the near wall as it's taken into the neutral ice by Oakland, who just came out of the box. Now back down into the Borderhawk zone. Chavez on it, far side, blocked up off the wall, and now flipped down the ice. Youngquist to the puck, kept in by Oakland. Good positioning there from Oakland to keep it down in the Ranger zone. Oakland on it, left wing, fires a shot, comes up wide right. And up on the near side for Stefan. Stefan finds Ed. Ed dumps it in left side. It's going to come around the boards. Moore to chase it down. Moore gets positioning, but she's going to be called for the penalty. Now it's the Borderhawks to the power play with 4:44 remaining in overtime. A frustrated Ansley Moore skates over to the box. So, after the Rangers with opportunity after opportunity on the power play, it's the Borderhawks to the man advantage. Comes out Dibble, able to knock it back. Long shot through traffic, ends up hitting Ed Radka. Radka clears down the ice. It goes on the net of Parisian. Parisian guides it out to the near side. Comes over far side, roughing the call against Moore as the Rangers able to dump it in as they kill time off this penalty. 1:38 to go on the penalty kill for the Rangers. Anna Grenier starts up the ice. Grenier across the Pepsi logo. In on the right side. Grenier had it poked off her stick. Good work there from Harrelson. Harrelson now clears down the ice. Grenier comes out to play it. Grenier keeps it on her stick. Now finds, Parisian finds Anna Grenier. Grenier looks up the ice, goes off of Bonds. Bonds up, and it's shoveled back by Harrelson. Comes down beyond the goal line. Borderhawks going to get some changes in. Picked up by Larson. Larson starts up the ice on the penalty kill. She'll shovel it all the way down. Just 53 seconds to go on the PK for the Rangers. On the stick of Melgard. Melgard far side, works past Larson. Melgard chips it off the board, has it on the left wing. Her shot's blocked. She had someone to her right, wraparound, tries, shot, saved, and comes out. Oh, there was an open portion of the net to the far side, but the shot from Reese Hawk was directly on McKenna Harrelson. Played up now for Melgard, over far side, works its way to Caden Oakland. Oakland has it jammed free. Working in on the right wing, shot blockered away into the near corner. Parisian has been strong in this overtime period. 4 seconds remain on the power play. And now Richland is back at full strength up in the neutral ice. Oakland has it. Oakland chips it down, but it's taken far side by Bauer. Bauer off the wall finds Moore. Moore just came out of the box. Walled off far side. Comes in for Dibble. Dibble sends it off the boards, kept in far point, and now Oakland able to clear out to neutral, sent right back in, finds the stick of Chavez. Chavez flips it up into the air. It's put down, but it's taken by Moore. Moore racing away from Dibble. Moore in on the right side, hits the deck. No call's going to come of it. Moore down on the ice. Play resumes, and out in front as they finally blow the whistle because Moore is in some pain. Would have been no matter as Parisian made the save. But more importantly, we hope Ainsley Moore is okay. 2 minutes and 3 seconds remain in OT after both sides have come full strength. Don't want to speculate when it comes to injuries, but we hope that Moore is all right as everyone takes a knee down on the ice. And Moore skates off the ice on her own accord, so hopefully she's all right. 123 ticks left on the clock in OT. This has been an absolute thriller here at the Pepsi rink. Rangers 34 shots on goal to the Borderhawks 27. Draw in neutral ice. Stays in neutral, and now it's taking it forward is shoveled back in and away. It was Horsberg. Pass into the slot, gets blocked out into the far corner. Dibble picks up the puck, goes into the neutral ice where Harrelson has it. Harrelson in across the blue line, trying to swat it through Marsden. Comes over far side. Schieber working against Chavez. Chavez able to get it up to Marsden. Couldn't control it. Down into the near corner. Centering pass goes up over the net. It was Schieber on the doorstep. Comes up to the far point. Kept in by Youngquist. Youngquist floats in a shot. Blocked by traffic. Stays in the high slot. Shoveled in once again. And blocked out far side. Another shot comes in. It's loose. Up for Youngquist. Youngquist shot gets tipped out into the near corner. 1:10 left to go in OT. Sent back around by Harrelson into the far corner. Goes for Trudell. Trudell wrapping around. Trudell works it in front, and it's covered up by Parisian. Marsden then dumped a Ranger after the whistle. It was Trudell. 57.5 to go left in OT. If that's not enough to decide it, we're going to hit what will essentially be an intermission. The Zam will come out onto the ice, so we'll have an extended break in action before we resume. Rangers get it out to the right. Youngquist can't keep it in, comes out for Larson. Larson had her dump in blocked. Far side, now it's floated into the Ranger zone. Rangers get it back up into neutral, taken by Grenier. Grenier lost it, pinballs back and forth. Eventually finds the stick of Grenier. Ed able to knock it free, and Anna Grenier now takes it back far side. Grenier poked away, and it's going to come free for Stefan. Stefan at the near point will chip it up down toward the slot. In the high slot where Oakland takes it away. Oakland works it far side. Moving up the ice is Hawk. Hawk gets it down to the half wall, but couldn't keep it on her stick as the Rangers clear up to neutral. 5 seconds to go in overtime as 10 minutes of OT aren't enough. Why not one more? The Rangers and the Borderhawks have now played 61 minutes of hockey. Put another 17 on the clock. But first, they're going to zam the ice, which will send us to an intermission. What an absolute thriller. This game's tied at 2 as we go to a second overtime. So, we'll step aside and we'll be back with Puck Drop in double overtime here from the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Stay tuned. 17 minutes back on the clock for double overtime between the Borderhawks and the Richland Rangers. Both goalies standing strong in the first 10-minute session of overtime. Harley Parisian for the Borderhawks and McKenna Harrelson for the Richland Rangers. Starting lines likely to return to the ice. Up front for the Rangers, Trudell, Schieber, and Horsberg. On defense, Landry Larson and Rayella Radka. And as just mentioned, Harrelson in goal for the Rangers. For the Borderhawks on defense, Isabel Chavez and Mari Melgard. Up front, Ashlyn Dibble, El Rybczynski, and Paige Marsden. With Harley Parisian between the pipes. This game has amassed for a total of 63 shots on goal, 36 from the Rangers, 27 from the Borderhawks. Each side finding the back of the net just twice. Rangers out in red, white, and blue. They'll move right to left. Out in the black, purple, and green are the Borderhawks. They'll move left to right. 17 minutes on the board. The Rangers have 6 players out on the ice. That doesn't really work, so Larson is going to head off. Stays on the logo and flips up into the air. Harrelson back to play it for the Rangers in the Ranger zone. Sends it up into neutral, goes beyond the outstretched reach of Horsberg and all the way down the ice for icing. So the drop will come into the Richland defensive zone. In case you were wondering, the championship game was slated for 2 o'clock. It's now 2:03. It will start following the conclusion of this game. Of course, both sides are going to have to warm up, so I'd say probably 10 to 15 minutes after this one ends. We might see a puck drop, maybe even 20 minutes following this game. And a faulty drop. Dibble's going to be called off, so coming in for the Borderhawks is Paige Marsden. And comes out to the side, up in the air, taken back by Dibble, center of the ice, floats a shot in, blockered away by Harrelson, who keeps this game going. Schieber up the ice across the blue line. Schieber, a nice move over onto the right wing, shot into the glove of Parisian. So we continue onward. Well, they switched the clock from 17 to 10. So the assumption is that we're going to be going for 10-minute periods here in OT until we decide it. 9:29 to go on the clock. Comes out far corner in the Borderhawk zone. Played around by Melgard. Melgard gets it far side, comes up the ice. Shot comes into the slot, and it's redirected just to the right of the net by Chavez. Almost an own goal to end this one. Up for Oakland in the neutral ice. Oakland able to get it over for Hawk. Hawk inside. Shot, rebound loose, and it's picked up. Oakland can't put it by Harrelson. Oakland had it point blank. Harrelson was down in the butterfly. Oakland, all she had to do was elevate the puck and chip it up above Harrelson, but Oakland fired it right into the body of McKenna Harrelson. So, 9:03 to play here in double OT. Forward from Harrelson, tipped up into the air, goes up above the cage and now into the near corner, picked up by Sylvie Grenier. Grenier flips one in toward the center of the ice, pass intercepted, and comes out to neutral. Larson to the puck, but Oakland now fighting with Stefan for it, stays in neutral right under the press box as it's chipped forward by Oakland. Youngquist back on it. In the Rangers zone, too far out in front of Ed. Oakland skates in off a skate. Oakland looking over too far in front of Rybczynski. Rybczynski can't get to it. Stefan intercepted up at the blue line. Rybczynski inside, shot, saved. Rebound goes out beyond the goal line. Puck sent around near side. Stefan handles it and slides it forward all the way down the ice. And Parisian with her arm in the air. Icing called with 8 minutes and 7 seconds to play here in double OT. So you wonder, given the 10-minute periods, if this does indeed go to triple overtime, you wonder if they'll bring the Zam back out, but we don't really know the answer to that question. Drop comes straight out to the side and skated forward now by Bauer. Bauer in on the left side. Bauer pokes it forward. It's Schieber, but the puck too far out in front of Schieber and covered by Parisian with 7:57 to play in double OT. Schieber now in the circle to the right of Parisian. Rangers win it back straight to Bauer. They're going to call a bad draw. So they'll drop it again between Schieber and, well, they're going to say Dibble was called off the draw. So a replacement comes in for the Borderhawks. Comes up into the slot and now taken back by Dibble. Dibble wraps around, looks up far side, had that one intercepted, floats through the slot, out in front, shoveled in, and it's covered up once again by Parisian with 7:44 to play in OT number 2. Both sides making some changes. It's now Schieber in the circle. Schieber faces off against Sylvia Grenier. Over for Radka. Radka slides one in the crease, and Schieber couldn't get it to her forehand to try and redirect it on net. Went from her backhand and went all the way out to the far corner, now tied up on the half wall. Borderhawks cleared to neutral. Now skating ahead, a one-on-one, but it's poked away by Bauer. Bauer looks back for Schieber in the neutral ice. Schieber floats it up, goes beyond the outstretched reach of Horberg. Horberg through the slot, out far side for Larson. Larson bodied away from the puck and cleared down the ice by the Borderhawks. Raella Radka starts up the ice. Radka into neutral. Radka flips it down into the near corner. Retrieving now is Isabel Chavez. Chavez sends it around far side, picked up by Melgard. Melgard intercepted by Ed. Ed from the right wing, chopped out to the far wall by Marsden. Tied up on the far wall, comes to the point. Kept in at the right side before it's floated back into the neutral ice. Stefan now near side across the blue line. Stefan sends one in on net, beyond the outstretched reach of Parisian and into the far corner. Once again, it's intercepted. Stefan off a stick into the far corner. Ed picks up the puck, sends one in off the side of the cage. Into the near corner and taking up the ice now by the Borderhawks up into neutral. Working forward with space is Melgard. Melgard shovels one in for Oakland. Oakland can't get a shot off from the high slot. Sent out into the neutral ice as Sylvia Grenier hits the deck all the way down, and the Rangers called for icing with 6 minutes and 1 second to play in double OT. Grenier with Schieber in the circle. Drop to the left of Harrelson. Comes back into the corner. Harrelson bodied away from the puck by Grenier as they hit the deck. Down beyond the goal line, looking inside. Rangers take the puck away and clear it back into neutral. Anna Grenier now with space back into the Borderhawk zone. Grenier skates over left side. Grenier lost it, but it gets poked back into the neutral ice by the Borderhawks as Grenier picks it back up, flips it, and they're going to say it went into the bench of the Rangers. Causes a stoppage with 5:37 to play here in double OT. Scoreboard shows period number 5. Rangers skate forward with it, far side. It's Trudell. Trudell wraps it around the boards. Puck comes up in the near half wall. And it's sent right back around. First to it will be Sienna Nelson. Nelson taps it back behind the goal for Marsden. Marsden spins as it got to Grenier. Grenier loses it on the goal line. Grenier back on the puck now. Starts up ice. Grenier into neutral, center of the ice on the Pepsi logo. Had it poked away by Harrelson. Harrelson finds Schieber. Schieber alone on the right wing. Schieber fires a shot into the glove of Parisian. Rangers have now amassed 40 shots on goal in this contest to the Borderhawks 30. Five minutes to go in double OT, which, let's do some quick math. That means we've played 66 minutes of hockey so far. Comes out far corner, taken around by Melgard. Melgard wraps into the near corner, works up the half wall, helped out by Oakland. Oakland tackles a player to the ground, and no call on Oakland, but icing the call against the Borderhawks with 4:49 to play in period number 5. They'll bring the drop back to the right of Parisian. Once again, out to the wall. A lot of these drops have come straight out to the side. Puck now in the far corner, tied up as Stefan comes up to the far point, floated in and just wide of the net. Save would have been made nonetheless as it goes through the legs of Bauer as Oakland starts up the ice. Oakland's going to be chased down by 2 defenders, however. As the Rangers poke it free, a 3-on-1 emerging. It's Ed across the blue line. Ed shovels one over, far side Stefan. Scores! There's your game winner. The Richland Rangers take home 3rd place in the NDAHA Girls High School Tournament. Addison Stefan with the game winner in double OT with 4:18 to play. So, as the Rangers celebrate down on the ice, that will do it for me. Evan Epstein signing off on the YouTube stream. We will send it down to the ice for post-game awards. We'll see who the player of the game is as well. The Rangers will receive their 3rd place award. So stay tuned for that. Evan Epstein signing off here from YouTube. Have a great rest of your day.
There's nothing to make 'em down.
We'll start with today's player of the game. Player of the game with the game-winning goal goes to skater number 9, Landry Larson. I'm sorry, Addison Steffen. Addison Steffen. Next, we have 2 awards from the weekend. First, from Botno Rugby, goaltender Harley Parisian for a shutout. Next, from the Richland Rangers, goaltender McKenna Harrelson, also a shutout. If we could have... Do you want to have third place first? Or no? Okay. Next, we'll go through players for All-State 2025. Starting with Botno, forward, Ashlyn Dibble. Forward, Reese Huck. And defenseman, Paige Marsden. All-state players for Richland, forward, Jory Horsberg. Also at forward, Madison Scheiber. Next, if we can have the captains of the Richland Rangers come up and receive your 3rd place state tournament trophy. Once again, we'd like to thank all players, fans, coaches, parents for a great weekend of hockey. Have a safe trip home.